Ain't nobody crying. I'll take you there. Ain't nobody worried. I'll take you there. No smiling faces. I'll take you there. Lie in the rain. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Mercy now. I'll take you there. Calling for mercy. I'll take you there. Mercy, mercy. I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. I wanna take you there. Just take me by my hand. Let me see the way. Oh, I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Let me take you there. I'll take you there. Ain't no smiling faces. I'll take you there. Up in here, lying to it. I'll take you there. You got let me. I'll take you there. Take you on my life. I'll take you there. Oh, all right. I'll take you there. Oh, all right. I'll take you there. Oh, I'll take you there. Oh, yeah, I'll take you there. Oh, yeah, I'll take you there.
Good
morning. You're listening to 106.1 Praise FM, one of RadioOne's favorite stations. And you're listening to I Know Please, and I want to thank you, Darren, your favorite co-host, Jamie Christon. I'm here with your favorite host, Dr. Matthew L. Jones. Good morning, Dr. Jones. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
It's indeed a blessing. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Virginia, Delaware. Good morning, D.C. It's indeed a blessing to be able to come. Good morning, America. Good morning to the entire world. We are indeed a blessing to be able to come in today to share. We want to encourage each individual to the principles of really recognizing what time it is, what situation we are facing, what the circumstances are. Of course, this program we talk about, we know a place and we'll take you there. As many you know, that my brother-in-law, Junior, we call him Junior Jackson, Mose Jackson Jr., passed away. And his service is going to be on the 4th of next month. But I reflect on Mose Jackson Jr., we call him Junior at the time, and Joe Jones Jr., which is my oldest brother. They grew up together, and they were an example of the lifestyles of young people should have. They set the standard by which all of us live by. They were committed to their health. Neither one of them drank or smoked or did all that crazy stuff that a lot of people that were involved in done. So they set that kind of principle before us. These were our oldest siblings. Also, they showed us how to develop certain crops and how to commit ourselves to certain support of each other. They also showed the kind of respect and care and love for each other. You know, they really stuck together this was before he was married to my sister. You know, he was one of the members of the Jackson family. He was the oldest son of Mose Jackson. And JP, we call him JP, Joe Jones Jr., was the oldest son of Joe Jones. And they were examples for us in our lives. And so therefore, he is approximately, I'm estimating, he's close to 90 years old now. He passed away. That's Mose Jackson Jr. My brother is still alive. And he was about 6 months younger, maybe, than Mose, I'm assuming. They were pretty close to the same age, but I think Mose was a little older than my brother. So they were around about 6 or 7 months different in age. But they grew up together. They worked together. They encouraged the whole entire gathering of the total families. He ended up marrying Hattie, my sister. We're going to talk about the other Hattie Jackson in a few minutes, a member of this church who was Hattie Jackson, the mother of the church. We'll talk about that activity coming up at 1 o'clock. But anyway, I just wanted to reflect on the place that I know. I'll take you there. This was influenced earlier by William Jones. William Jones was the father of my father, Joe Jones. It's so much that I could tell you about the lives of these individuals. William Jones was actually born in Mississippi in 1875. William Jones. And Amanda Miles was his mother, who actually was born in Virginia and kind of traveled through South Carolina and into Mississippi, but he was born in Mississippi. He came to Arkansas and he married Letitia. Letitia was one of the granddaughters of the original families that were the Stewarts, that the Stewarts were kind of Indian related and stuff. They forced out of Kentucky in the 1700s and crossed the Mississippi River into French territory in the 1700s on 5,000 acres of land that run from all the way from Mississippi to what we call Deerfield. And it was there that there were three daughters of the Stewart family that were influenced those families that grew up with us. Dorinda Stewart was the Hunters. The Hunters came out of that. The Hunters was in Snow Lake, in King Ridge. Let me put the exact spot, because this spot was King Ridge and not Snow Lake. It was the section where they were. It was controlled and owned and dominated by the black people who lived there. They owned the properties. My father owned the grocery store. And it was a lot of experiences that this is the place I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what this show is about. Where I know, and it was there that we grew up. Louisiana was one of the Stewart daughters. The Louisiana was my great-great-grandmother. That was the descendant of the Joneses and the Jacksons. Louisiana. And Alberta was the other daughter who was the descendants of the Kings. The King family later, Carrie King became, one of the things about these Stewarts, they really emphasized education. Even my father was a college graduate, born in 1902. He was a college graduate. They emphasized, Carrie King was the principal of the school, in that area. And the school eventually was named after Carrie King School. There was a descendant of one of those daughters, of the three daughters of the Stewarts, the three Stewarts' daughters. So the unique thing about our segregation was that it brought all of us together. You had everybody living in basically the same community. You had the business people there. You had the pastors and ministers there. You had the lawyers there. You had everybody was actually segregated developed in the same community. So, and the unique thing about it, everybody was your parents. You could be disciplined by anybody, and if And if it got back to your parents, you're going to be disciplined again for that reason that you exemplified, being necessary to be disciplined. You know, and that's what kept that peace and no crime in the community. Some of us not aware of the fact during the period of segregation, there was no killing in the black community, no crime, and no crisis, and all this stuff that is happening during the period of segregation. It was the integration where the changes took place, and I'm not going to deal too much with that, but anyway, this is the environment that I came up. You know, my mother, like William Jones, came into that section and married Letitia, my grandmother. He was not from that area. He was from the Mississippi, and he came in there and married this young woman who had access to all of this land. And we don't know exactly what happened to him. There are many different stories. In Snow Lake was where they gather for parties and activities and clubs and stuff. And one evening in 1904, he left Snow Lake and on his way back to King Ridge, and he drowned in my grandfather, William Jones, drowned in 1904. Some say that there were those who were envy of him coming and marrying this young lady who kind of dominated the land at that time. Some harm may have been applied to him. We don't know, but anyway, William, he was the son of Amanda Miles. Amanda Miles was born to Martha Bowie. Martha Bowie, I was not really conscious of the fact that Amanda Miles, because in mornings in the church in Snow Lake, there was a church in King Ridge, and there was a church in Snow Lake. Reverend Bowie was the pastor when I was a kid of the church in Snow Lake. And Martha Bowie was the mother of Amanda Miles, which was the mother of William Jones, which was my grandfather. And of course, he was the father of my father, Joe Jones. And of course, Gertrude Jones, my mother, came into that area from Mississippi as well. And she married my father, Joe Jones. And I know that, the people who came in had to develop a relationship with people who were there, because especially when you're coming in and tied into a relationship with someone who exercised ownership and authority and stuff, and others who were already in the area. So I'm just giving you some experiences that there's so much more that I could tell you about, because the unique thing about my mother, her mother was named Ethel Clark. Clark was a daughter. Her grandmother was a daughter of the Southerns. The Southerns owned a burning oil well in the 50s in Mississippi. The Southern owned also much land, also in Camden, Mississippi. So they were landowners over there too. That's where my mother came from. And she named her children, a lot of her children, after her sisters and brothers. She had a brother named Elick, and she named one of her sons. I got a brother now who named Elick. She named her Ethel was one of their Miss Clark's, Linda Clark's daughter, Ethel Clark, which was my grandmother, my mother's mother, and my mother named my youngest sister Ethel after her. Then my oldest sister she had a sister, Ethel Clark, had a sister named Emma, and my mother named one of my sisters Emma, it was a unique thing. Harvey was my brother's name, but my Harvey also was the name of my mother's grandfather, my mother's grandfather, Harvey. So it was unique. It was unique that they used the name. That was the way that the African history was developed by sharing information. They wonder now there's certain things that they don't know about Africa, but one of the methods that were used by the African people was not that they wrote history, but they placed the history into the lives of individuals who were maintaining the whole story of the thousands of years of experience, and she was transmitted from one person to the other one, who was to maintain and keep that history in them and share that history every opportunity that they got. So that's different than the African type history and the history that we have learned in this country and European approach. But it was a personal endowment of history, and had individuals who were to know that history and transmit it when they got to be a certain age to the next person, and the next person would maintain it and transfer to the next person. But it was a sharing and the telling of the history rather than the writing of the history in the African world. So this is just something that I just wanted to share, because 3 weeks ago I had my Otis, my brother, passed away, and now I have my sister's husband passed away, and service is going to be. So I'm just kind of sharing what we have gone through, what I'm going through at the moment, and what I'm experiencing at this time. So, but I also want to talk about Sister Hattie Jackson, who is the mother of the church here, because there was a special program that is going on at 1 o'clock at the.
I was just about to say that.
Yes, so we're going to be there at 1 o'clock. That address is, where is that address? It's right around the corner here, not too far, at the place that we always go on Ricerstown Road there, and we will.
Well, it's at the Forum. You're talking about at the Forum, right?
At the Forum, yeah, at the Forum.
At the banquet hall at the Forum, yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a beautiful celebration.
Yeah, 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock, okay. And of course, this is not open. I mean, I don't think this is open. People can't just show up, but we are celebrating her at 1 p.m. today at the Baltimore Forum and on Ricerstown Road. That's in West Baltimore. So that's where the celebration will be today.
Yes, and then there's a special 1 block down the street here, right next to us. They're going to have a special eating and celebration of the community organization, and they're going to be at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. today. I do have some tickets in my hand. It's $60. They're going to be serving food. They're going to make a special presentation. It's going to be several community organizations going to be involved. Concord going to be involved. They are celebrating and planning for the activities that usually take place in December with the traveling through the city, down the street. We're going to be celebrating. They're planning on this, so that's going to be there at 6 o'clock. And I do have some 3 or 4 more tickets in my hand. We encourage you to come on out and join. This is the church moving beyond the walls, and we participating in the community with community organizations. And this is what we are challenging all of us to do, all of our churches to do, is participate in community organizations.
So if somebody wants to come, Dr. Jones, so how can they get a ticket from you, though? Who should they call, or who should they get in contact with? How can these folks get a ticket from you? Because you have a few $60 tickets left, and that includes everything.
They can call my number direct, 436958993, or just show up, and I have your ticket there waiting on you. You don't have to just come without the ticket, and I'll make sure that you have your ticket when you get there. So just come on. You know, it's not no great challenges that we give opportunities. So just if you don't have a ticket and you desire to come to participate, we got several different community organizations who are participating. Just come on and we'll share with you. We'll share with you. I suppose that time is getting close, so let me mention some this special days. This is the September the 27th. September the 27th. So we know that, you know, some of my relatives that I would make a mention of, for instance, was born in September, Amanda and different ones. That my great-grandparents was born in the 1800s and stuff. In this month, in October, the next month, my grandmother was born in October, which is coming up, in 1879. So, you know, this is that period of time where I have relatives, ancestors, and we celebrate our ancestors. We talk about them. We have a book that is written with all of this information I'm sharing with you. There's a book that is written talking about all of the experiences that have taken place all the way from 1700s in that section of land that we were pushed out of Kentucky and moved into. That land there, and the land in 1845, it became 1845 or 35, which they became a state, Arkansas. And in 1818, it was bought from France by the United States. In 1830, they ordered us off of the land, and revolts broke out in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and stuff like that. And the people there had to come to these sections to help these people. And by the time they got back to us, to move off the land, the Civil War had broken out. So we still own the land. So the Lord has a way of fixing things. As I always say, he's a fixer. And he knew how to control things. That's what I'm talking about tomorrow, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. A faith that is tested. A faith, you know, our faith is possibly being tested right now. And we have to maintain confidence and faith and trust in the power and the presence of God. Also, days, let me introduce these days, National Chocolate Milk Day. So I know we're going to enjoy that. This is National Chocolate Milk Day. You go and get your, your National Chocolate Milk Day. Also, this is National Corned Beef Hash Day. So, corned beef hash, those who want to celebrate this corned beef hash day, you can get your corned beef. Of course, you know I don't eat meat, but this is National Corned Beef Hash Day. This is also National, what kind of day? This is Can Day. National, this is where instructions are given to crush can day. It's actually importance of cleaning the community with your cans, cleaning the emphasis placed on the environment and the benefit of crushing the cans and cleaning the community. International Lance Day. This is lace dough, which is emphasizing lace making. And this is also National Tourism Day, Global Tourism, emphasis on that. These are some of the days that I just kind of throw out there today that we are emphasizing these days. At this time, I think that time is about running out. We're going to have the song that we have come in, We Are the People and We Can Do It. Now is the time for us to take these serious steps. This time, this song is going to come, and afterward we have special guests going to be coming in, right? we have special guests coming in after the song, right, Sister Johnson? Hello?
Yep, absolutely. Right after the song, we're going to have a special guest come in. So let's
Okay.
take our quick break. There's no commercials. You know, what's the tagline here? I'm waiting for you. I know a place, and I'll take you there.
It's about that time, y'all. Yo, Mom, keep it for me one more time. If Jesus was spreading mighty fast, if earthquakes are moving through the land, it ain't nothing but a sign that it make up my mind. Brother, we can do it. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, what do we have to go through, man? It's just a test of my faith. We just live it day by day. Don't know when, don't know when. But it's coming back to you. It's time. About that time, y'all. Time to make some change. Yep. We are the people who can do it. It's time. Time to make some change. We are your people. Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love, sent by one from heaven up above. Take a seat, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying. I know we can do it. Here we go. What do we have to go through it? It's just a test of our faith. We're living day by day. Don't know when, don't know when. Oh, yeah. Here we go. It's about that time, y'all. Time to make some change. That's right. We are the people who can do it. Together to make that change. It's time. About that time. Time to make some change. Yep. We are your people. We can do it. We can do it. Here we go.
It's time to make a change, and we are the people that can do it. Welcome back to the program. Dr. Jones, I mean, I appreciate all the things that you share with us before the break and just, taking us to the place that we come from in this platform and all the things. And so I think our guest is going to call in soon, but our guest is going to talk about their specials they have for their pet services and all the things coming up. But I also think, Dr. Jones, right now, do you have any other programming coming up here at the church? Because I know we have the business network coming up and all those things. What else do we have happening?
Yeah, we do. I think he's making an adjustment, and now it's coming in on the television. Yes, we do. We do have other activities that are planned that are coming up. We actually have the annual Layman's League banquet that is coming up. I think that's about the third Saturday next month. Anyway, I don't have the exact date, but Deacon Williams is being recognized on that day for the services he has committed, and that's Deacon Harris, of course, is our chairperson for the layman's banquet, and I don't have the exact date it is, but I know it's coming up soon. We have the different, also we are in the process of planning several other programs. I'm working with another international person who actually came here and spoke to the ministers' conference, and I was on the television with them this week during the night where they were sharing about the things that they have done in the community and how they are willing to step up and, work with us, because as we move our activities and our services and reaching out on the street and trying to help people to become incorporated and help people to become homeowners and help people to become, to have these skills and don't feel like they get the chance to utilize their skills, and introducing them to businesses that they can work with and develop those skills, and also the business will assist them into having their own home. If their score is not high enough, they don't have a large enough salary, they can get their home through that business. So all of these things are going to be coming up the latter part of this next month. We know that we have to get through this next month is also the celebration of a lot of universities, class activities, annual class celebration. I know our university is celebrating their annual class in that month, and it's kind of like I think they have a special homecoming football game that week or something, third weekend. So we're going to work out, and also we have Concord Day coming up on the third Sunday in October. The third Sunday, Concord Day will be coming up on the third Sunday. So we have all of this coming up, but we will be talking about all of these things and giving details about it due to the fact that I've been dealing with a lot of. I had a death on last Thursday. That a funeral I had last Thursday I had to deal with. We have two more funerals here at Concord. The next 2 Saturdays. After the first Saturday, I have to be in Arkansas with my brother-in-law funeral on the 4th, but there'll be following that, there will be 2 other funerals that will take place here. So we are, this is kind of had gotten the attention and support and encouragement from these families. These are individuals who have been really committed to the church for a long time, have done many services in the church, have been with us and working hard in different organizations, auxiliaries, and all of that for many years. We have one member who is 102 years old. That service is going to be, so it has. The one that we had Thursday was 93 years old. So these are people who, I know I've been here just about 40 years, so they were relatively young when I came here, and they worked hard in the community. Some of these individuals are head of community organizations and work with the state and the city, and some have been like Miss Jackson. She was the principal of a school, the mother of the church that we celebrating at 1 o'clock. She was the principal of a school, and she also, as we introduced the training from the National Convention, the training classes and the certificates, she, I think, was one of the first person who helped me out of Concord to coordinate that training from the National Baptist Convention. And we have had many people receive their 4 years of training, certificates, and 3 years, different certificates. There are many individuals who receive those certificates. And now, of course, the person who is coordinating it now is Minister Cofield. And continue, this originated with, I believe, Sister Jackson, Hattie Jackson was the first lady that we utilized in order creating this national training through our National Baptist Convention. So there's a lot of things that we are involved in, and one of the things that we really pushing now is to make sure we get beyond the 4 walls. That we are challenged to not just come to church, but we are challenged, as I spoke last week, to be the church. We are to be the church. That means that you
That's
are.
exactly right, Dr. Jones. Yeah, I agree. That's what we were talking about last night, just getting outside of the 4 walls of the church and being the church. And then, you just talk about, I mean, we're used to, I mean, not even used to, but we know that our men are our leaders, and that's how, God intended for it to be. But we have so many powerful women in the community that are just doing things. And so, like, even with, all of the women in the community, they're, they're the ones that are, keeping all of our infrastructure together and just all of the networking part of it and stuff. So women are doing great things. And shout out to Kathy Hughes, who is the, owner and, leader of this RadioOne. So we always like to give her a shout out, and shout out to our guest. I believe our guest is on the line, and she is a minority woman owned business. And her business is called Top Notch Bed Bug and Pet Services. And so she has, been in the business for a couple of years. She's been on the platform before. People have requested her to come back, and I thought it would be a good time right now because the seasons are changing, and people, there's so many different things happening with our homes and things that we need to get out in front of. And so, Kaliksa, are you there? Like, she's the owner of Top Notch. Are you there today? Are you with us?
Good morning, Dr. Jones and Jamie. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. It's a blessing to have you.
Yeah. Yes, I bring you great.
And thank you for coming on. Yeah.
So I just want to introduce myself briefly. My name is Kaliksa Gooch. I am the owner and the exterminator for Top Notch Bed Bug and Pest Services. We're doing a lot in the community. We do have some specials that are going on right now. And Jamie is correct. The seasons are changing. One of our priority services, you deal with a lot of mice. With the seasons changing, they want to come inside. So you want to prepare for that. And we have some specials and contract specials as well. It's not just getting service one time, it's always staying up on your service. In addition to another service that we have, I specialize in bed bugs, and I do preventative treatment. So we want to prevent from you having bed bugs in your home. And if you have them, we want to make sure that we get rid of them as well. I do cater to my senior community. So if I have some seniors out there, I know I definitely have a special place in my heart for them, and the reason why I started my business. So we have specials for you if you're dealing with pests and you need assistance as well.
That's nice.
I love that.
So you have, I didn't quite get your locations and your schedule of.
Yeah, so I do. Well, my location here is in Baltimore, Maryland. I service around Baltimore, Maryland, all of Maryland. I service in. My business name again is Top Notch Bed Bug and Pest Services. I definitely can be reached at area code 443-425-6652. Again, I'll give you that number again. It's 443-425-6652. My website is www.topnotchpestservice.com. I come out and I'll do a consult. I'll go over everything that you need for your home, and you'll get to speak with me live. I take my services very special, so I definitely go out and talk to my customers with our field rep as well.
So the services, I'm gonna put a number on them. The number one service is what now?
First service is we want to get rid of mice that come in during the wintertime. That's the first one that we service for.
Getting rid of the mice, you said?
Yes, getting rid of mice in your house. And we do an approach where we start from the outside and we work our way in. So we do a treatment for that. And I like to get you, when I talk to customers, I like them to get set up for a contract so that we can make sure we stay with services in your home, that we keep you, that you can eliminate that situation so you don't have to worry about them. So we do a full assessment in your home. So it's called rodent treatment. So that's your first service. It's rodent treatment.
Rodent treatment.
And what you would know them as, which I like to keep it so people know, mice that come in your home, rats that are on the outside of your home as well. So that's the first treatment, is rodent control.
Okay, your second one?
Your second one is bed bugs. A lot of people suffer with bed bugs and they try to eliminate them themselves. Get a professional person out there, which is Top Notch Bed Bug and Pest Services, where we provide preventative service that prevents you from having them. And if you have them, we help you eliminate them. So we know that's a very sensitive topic. And people may experience and have them. It does not mean that you are dirty or anything. It is a traveling bug. You can be in a doctor's office and bring one home. You can be at work and bring one home. So we take it serious. It's a sensitive topic, but we're here to help you.
All right, so that's one, two. Is there another one?
We have
And
many
you know what?
services.
It's so
Those are our
funny.
top two today that we're having, that we have specials on. That's what I'm driving in to make sure people, they don't have any rodents. If you're experiencing anything where you have cockroaches and you have that, give us a call. We help out with that as well. We have many services that we provide. Give us a call at 443-425-6652, and I'll be glad to talk to you about it.
Yes,
And listen, not only Dr. Jones did she like kill the game during like, the summertime with like treating people's yards for mosquitoes, who had events and all types of things, and businesses that, had outdoor activity happening and all the things. But then this is the thing, like even with your business, Dr. Jones, like she like people who own businesses like you, like with your assisted living facilities and all of your houses and homes, as your rental properties and all the things, like that's her target market outside of that. And because your business caters to people in need and seniors and people who just aren't able to care for themselves 24 hours a day, like, and they go out, they go to day services, they go to they leave out the buildings and go to daycare, adult daycare. Like even they aren't prevented from these things happening. They can be as safe as they can be in the house, but once they go out to an adult daycare or do an activity or something, or leave with a loved one and come back to the facility, you want to make sure that you protect your business against, anything that they could, carry back to the facility or to the home.
so are you a
So that's
LLC?
a big deal, yeah.
Are you a LLC or a corporation?
I am an LLC, and I am a part of the Maryland Pest Control Association for Maryland. I am on the board. I'm the secretary. So not only do work with the business, we work with the community and all pest control um, agents that are out there. We work with as well. So that's another thing. So if you are with a company and you have a pest control, make sure you join your Maryland Pest Control Association as well.
And that's the reason I was asking, because we're going to be having special workshops and assisting individuals to become LLCs, corporation, working with businesses. So that I was asking that because maybe you can participate with us in that particular type of workshop and introduce.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to. Definitely. I love to give back and help anybody and share any knowledge that I have. There's enough pest control for everyone out here. I say everyone can be in business for themselves if they want to venture out and take those steps and those leaps. I wanted to start a business where I can help the community, with raising prices, raise even for products that you have to use. I can control the market right there. So I can control those prices. So I want to help families. That's what my number one goal is.
So that's a great idea. So you'll be able to probably have a great impact on a lot of individuals that we'll be pulling out of the community to be coming to these workshops, and also individuals who might want to participate in assisting and being involved in helping you to carry out your business. So there will be maybe those who need work and have these skills and haven't had the opportunity to utilize them, and maybe it can be some assistance that you might be able to expand your businesses with additional work.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to talk to anyone. Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing with us, and we look forward to continue to work with you. And those businesses that may be listening, we encourage them to contact us so that they can also be involved as we reach out into the community. We sending brochures out in the community, inviting people on the corner streets to come in, and but first we're inviting them to call and give their name and what their interest may be. If they want to have a corporation, call and give their name and say, I would like for assistance to help me develop me an LLC or corporation. Or if I want to call somebody and say, I have skills, but I don't have the opportunity or the chance to work in certain areas. We want them to come in and meet businesses that will be on site, like we'll have you on the site, and other business that will they can be able to take advantage and have individuals who feel that they have these extra skills and utilize them in their business. So these are the things that we want to take to the community and try to be the church. I mean, in other words, change some of the environment and the circumstances in the community by elevating their efforts and their consciousness and their work experiences and their income and all of that, elevating these aspects of the lives of the individuals. And when you do that, there's a process using the economic methods to eliminate a lot of the circumstances, the crimes and the situations, because you have these people who, once they own their own home, they have a different attitude about the community. Once they are utilizing their skills and got the opportunity to have people who invite them to come in to utilize their skills and help them develop their skills, then their attitude change. So this is what I think that we need to be focused on. That's a procedure I think that we need to use in order to reduce crime rather than going into the streets and arresting and locking them up and putting them in jail and they serving a certain amount of time and they come out of jail worse than they were when they went in. So, and the crime get worse. So I think this is a type of method I think used to eliminate the crime. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah,
Yes, and
absolutely,
thank you
Dr.
again.
Jones. Look, I appreciate you guys, Dr. Jones and Jamie, for having me on here and continue to allow me to share my business out there. I'm definitely happy to help out anywhere that you need me. If I need to talk to anybody and tell them how they can get into the business, um, I'm here for you, and I appreciate it. And once again, if anyone needs to reach out to me and they have any questions, I can be reached at 443-425-6652.
Okay, 443
And what's your
425
website again?
6652.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Jones.
Say it again.
Repeat the number again. I'm so sorry,
44
Dr. Jones. Repeat the number and give us the website.
443-425-6652.
Yes, and the website is www.topnotchtestservice.com. My name is Kalixa Gooch. I'm the owner and the exterminator for this business. So I'm happy to train anybody and give anyone advice on having a pest control business as well. So and I thank you and I appreciate you guys for having me here.
All right, I appreciate you coming. And we know that as we move down, I want to share a little bit about a faith that is tested. That's what I will be sharing tomorrow. Tomorrow is a special day. The persons who have accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, we will be baptizing on tomorrow. We will be baptizing on tomorrow, but also that we do on the first Sunday, since I have to be away, we're going to also do the right hand of fellowship on tomorrow. The right hand of fellowship. We're going to not only baptize, but we're going to give the right hand of fellowship to those who have already accepted Christ. So we want to encourage those individuals that may be listening. Be sure we are doing what we usually do on the first Sunday. We're going to be doing it on tomorrow. So those you'll be receiving the right hand of fellowship, and you also will be baptizing tomorrow. And I'm going to be talking about a faith that is tested, because one thing that happened to Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians, around the 11th, 12th chapter, was that he was challenged by the people whether or not he was speaking on behalf of whether or not the Spirit of God was speaking through him, or whether he was really representing this God. And he was challenged by the people, and that's what that we'll be talking about tomorrow. Sometimes, just like he was challenged, sometimes our faith is tested and challenged. And we must know who we are, realize who we are, and know how God is working with us, and know how to relate the presence of God to the people that may be questioning whether or not you are of God or have the attitude that you should have. So I think, and this is the crisis that Paul had to go through, and he challenged them. He challenged them. He said, he told them, he said, I introduced you all to Christ. Now you question whether or not I am a true apostle. I introduced you all to Christ, and I brought Christ into your life, and now you want to disrespect and disregard me. So that's what Paul reacted to. And as he reacted to that, the challenge is when our faith is tested, how to depend and rely on the presence and the experience of God within us, and how to be positive in all the situations. We don't become negative because somebody is negative towards us. We continue to encourage, and continue to give support, and continue to get help. Even if they talking about you, even if they're undermining, even if they're backstabbing you, you should still be trying to help. I know about 10 or 15 years ago, there were about 35 retired teachers who were represented the payee in this whole community, helping people to, some people had psychological problems, scared to come out the house. They will take care of their food and stuff and take it to their house. They will manage their money because they couldn't handle their finances. Represented the payee and they were done under the Social Service Department of the city of Baltimore. And the director at that time, the man, worked closely with these, and they were volunteers. They were not being paid. They were volunteers, and they were actually retired teachers. They were no longer working, but they gave their services. And some of these people that I'm having their funerals now are individuals who worked in that group. The lady that we had the funeral on Thursday was 92 years old. She was one of those persons who was a representative payee for people in the community. And also, I think she also originally, before she did that, she was working with social services itself from out of the city. So, and this is what we have to recognize. We have a responsibility to go beyond the four walls and fix things that need to be fixed. Yeah, as I always emphasize, it's not the police job to fix our community. The Lord has assigned this to the church. The church, it is our responsibility to help the community to have the right spirit, the right attitude, the right relationship. Christ said, it's been said that you love your neighbor and hate your enemy. He said, but I said, that's Matthew 5th chapter, 43rd verse, but I say to you, love your enemy. Do good to those that despitefully use you and persecute you and do all manner of evil against you. Still love them too. And that's what the church has to do. And when you do that, you change the environment, you change the community, you change the person you have in contact with, because they see and feel Christ in you. And they see the pleasant life that you are representing and the pleasant attitude that you have, and they'll create a desire to have that type of spirit and that type of attitude. And that's what we have. That's the responsibility that we have. And so this is not just done. This is not just done for economic reason. This is done for wholesomeness in the life, the positive attitude in the lives of individuals, and that positive, Paul said in Romans 8:28, those who love the Lord, everything works together for their good. So even the negative things, the bad things, God take it and make it work for your good. So if you have that attitude, when something bad happened to you, and you have faith enough in God, know that that the love that you have, He even going to take that bad thing that happened to you and make it work for your benefit. He'll make it benefit you. So that's that. And if you have that type of attitude, you don't become vengeful. You don't undermine. You don't kill people. You don't destroy your community. You help develop and strengthen it. And that's what we want to have, all of the churches and all of the pastors. And we want the pastors and the churches to come in and be on the program and tell the community what you're doing in your section. And so we can talk about your church and what you're doing in your section and how you're reaching out into the community. Because I'm sure that a lot of churches have their own strategy and their own methods and their own way of trying to reach out into the community. And we want that to be shared as well as we share the things that we are trying to do here. And the community, we are involved in several community organizations. Like I said, the services at 6 o'clock today, there's a half a block down the street from the church, 5204 Liberty Heights, is 5100 block. You can just come here, park on the church lot, and just walk that half a block to that activity on the left-hand side of the street going toward the city from the church on the left-hand side. Just go to into the activity there. You can enjoy yourself. They're going to have some fantastic food and everything for you. There's going to be some nice presentations. They're going to be doing, you're going to really enjoy this experience because it's the community that is doing it. So let us make our way there and enjoy this activity that's going to take place at 6 o'clock this afternoon. I know a place.
And I'll definitely take you there. Thank you guys for listening today, and we'll see you next week at the same time, 11 a.m.